wild walk with the children. They were slightly reluctant, but you know that way, like once you actually get out, it just feels amazing. I don't know if you can see, but in the distance there, just up and over those hills, is the gateway to the Highlands. So we're just sitting on the edge. One of the things I love the most is just the sound of the wind just blowing through the trees. Something so simple. I think getting out here today has reminded me of how long a winter it's been. You know, how long we spend in those dark months. And when we get a little bit of this, there's a beautiful remembrance of how good it feels to be so close to the sun and so close to nature. And therefore I think, you know, close to ourselves. And we can be close to ourselves in that darkness as well. But I think for me, often I try and fight that darkness. This just gives me a little bit more space to process everything. And yeah, I think you know what I mean, right? I don't have to say too much else. I think most of you will know where I'm coming from with that one. And I just wonder where you've maybe felt that maybe expanse after being in the darker months. Where have you started to feel a little bit more possibility or a little bit more hope? If at all. Because sometimes it can feel really fleeting, any possibility of a little bit of hope. Sound dire, don't I? But I'm just aware of how nice it is, basically, to get outside. So it was time to leave this beautiful place and get into the city. So my daughter turned 14 this week and we went to a really nice little cafe. So on the way, you know, one of the things I love to do as well is seek out the colour in the cities. You know, there's lots of colour there to be found. If you just have a good look, you'll find something beautiful. I don't know if anybody else, if it catches their eye as well. But yeah. So there was many of these gorgeous little kitties, cheeky little ones. And it was a nice time we were the last sit-in, so it was basically just us in there with all these kittens. and cats. And that was super nice. Treat here, so let's get moving on with some chocolate rose and dandelion root energy bites. So here's everything that you need. As you can see, everything you need. So we start off with the chopped fresh dandelion root. So you want about 2 heaped tablespoonfuls of them, and some chopped almonds as well. So it's 1/4 cup of chopped almonds, 1/4 cup of sunflower seeds. Now the recipe required almond flour. I didn't have any almond flour, so I just used normal flour. And then we want 1/4 cup of honey. It's really satisfying looking, isn't it? And then we need some dark cocoa powder. I mean, you can use cacao powder as well if you wanted. And then it's time to use some chocolate chips as well. So just breaking up those. I mean, I never had chocolate chips. I just used chocolate and broke it up and had a little munch as well. And then an egg. And then I'm just going to melt actually some... Oh, there's a rose water first before I melt the coconut oil. So get that on the stove to melt for a little bit. Yeah, so basically you're just going to mix it all up, blend it in. And it said in the recipe that it would be sticky, but I never found it sticky at all. So it was actually a really nice texture. And just roll it into little balls, you know, whatever size you want. And it said as well, put them in little mini cupcake holders, but I never had any mini ones, but it seemed to work fine. And then you're just going to put them in there and then stick them in the oven. So yeah, for about 20 to 25 minutes, and then just let them cool and then serve them. And I thought they were really lovely. Actually, they had a nice texture and nice taste. So let me know what you think in the comments. And again, thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad that you came here and you switched on with me. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.